Okay, so hello everyone, and my name is Pin, and I'm the faculty-led study abroad and safety abroad coordinator at Western International. I'm very happy to be here today to talk about how to maximize your safety while you are traveling abroad and the resources that are available to you. Okay. And here's our agenda for today. We'll first of all look at a section of Western safety abroad policy, and then we will be going through all the 7 safety abroad steps in detail. At the end, if you have any questions, feel free to ask me. Now let's think about these 2 questions together. Why are we having safety abroad info session? I know you are all very busy, but why are we taking an hour to talk about safety abroad? And why do we mandate safety abroad requirements? First of all, student safety is of utmost importance, but unavoidably, there are risks involved in international travel. We've had students who got sick and who missed their flights and who lost their baggage during the trips. And in 2020, when COVID started to hit us, we had to urgently reach out to all the students who were abroad at that time and help them come back to Canada. So international travel is not all rosy, but fortunately, while some problems are beyond anyone's control, many can be prevented. And completing the Western safety abroad requirements is the most effective way to prevent those problems. Here's another question for you. Who retains primary responsibility for preparing in advance of international travel? Is it the Western University, or Department of Languages and Cultures, or Student Traveler, which is you, or Safety Abroad Coordinator, which is me? So what's your answer? You can type in your answer in the chat box. Anyone? C? Okay. Any other answers? Okay, I see a lot of C's. Okay, so I can tell you that the correct answer is C. And yeah, all of you have got the right answer. And I'm also glad to see that nobody chose D. Okay, so this is the Western Safety Abroad Policy. And if you look at this 5.2, it says, all student travelers retain primary responsibility for preparing themselves in advance of international travel, to research and be aware of the risks involved in their planned trip, to ensure they're physically and mentally prepared for the travel, to ensure they have appropriate medical and other insurance, to conduct themselves in a safe manner while traveling, and to bring any concerns they may have to the attention of the activity sponsor. In this case, is a department, your department of Languages and Cultures, or the International Learning Office, which is Western International, as soon as possible. So 5.1 states our role. So Western International provides resources and support services aimed at facilitating safe travel for students. So the onus is on you to make sure that you are well prepared for your travel, and we are here to support you. And if you are interested, you can go to our website, International Learning, and then you can read the Western Safety Abroad Policy. After this session, I'm going to send you my presentation slides so you can have access to all these links. Okay, now let's look at the 7 safety abroad steps. Step 1, review Government of Canada travel advisories. This is all travel should start with, the Government of Canada website. Basically, it provides you with almost all the information you will need in terms of international travel. Travel advisories, I suggest that you go to the Government of Canada website and to check out the travel advisory for your destination country, which is Cuba. You can see that there are 4 levels of risks. The levels avoid non-essential travel, which is level 3, and avoid all travel, which is level 4, are official Government of Canada travel advisories that are issued when the safety and security of Canadians traveling or living in the country may be compromised. Western Safety Abroad policy restricts student travel to countries or regions with an official travel advisory stating avoid non-essential travel and avoid all travel. If you enter Cuba here in the search box, and you will see that Cuba falls into category 1, level 1. So you should take normal security precautions, which is good. That's good news. But please note that this result was last updated on November the 18th, is updated constantly. So I would monitor this travel advisory closely, and I would also read the details of the travel advice. I haven't attached the details, the full report here, but I suggest that you go to this website and read the details of the travel advice to familiarize yourself with the potential risks and so that you can take necessary precautions. Okay, and other than the travel advisories, I advise you to check out this very good page. It's called Health and Safety Outside Canada, and here's the link. It basically provides you like all the information you may or may not think of when you are considering international travel. You can see that, you know, the information contains like using data plans outside Canada, and also it talks about what to do when you're subject to forced marriage. I want to draw your attention to this particular section, which provides advice for different types of travelers, including women, people with disabilities, and LGBTQ+ community. If you have any specific concerns, you can check out this section for the guidelines from the Government of Canada. This is step 2, pre-departure training, and it's mandatory for all Western students who are participating in university-sanctioned international activities. And I've heard that most of you have already completed this, which is great. And so here are the training modules. You can see that here's a variety of topics that prepare students well for their travel. And I want to, you are highly recommended to complete these 2 modules as well, considering that your destination country is Cuba. So one module is called Critical and Ethical Global Engagement, and the other is called Gender Norms and Sexual Violence. So I highly encourage you to complete these 2 modules as well if you haven't done it. And also we have 2 post-international experience modules that will help you reflect on your international experience and transfer your experience into practical work and study skills. So how do I satisfy this requirement? You probably know it already and completed already. So you need to pass with a grade of 80% above within 2 attempts. If you can't pass within 2 attempts, that's not the end of the world. You can just shoot me an email and I will grant you another, another chance to retake the exam. If you fail again, it's okay. We can arrange a talk or a meeting, and then I can review the materials with you so that you can understand the content. So the purpose of this is to make sure that you prepare yourself well for the trip, right? It's not to fail you. So if you can't pass, and it's okay, just let me know, and yeah, we can deal with that. So here's the link where you can join the site. So this is what it looks like in OWL, this site. You can access the final quiz by clicking this button, and the certificate after you pass will be stored here. And you need to download the certificate to computer, and then you need to upload it to travel registry, which I'm going to explain in a minute. Travel registry, this is step 3, and this is also a mandatory steps. So you need to complete 2 steps in Atlas. Have you ever heard of Atlas or used Atlas? So you can let me know in the chat box, like have you used Atlas before, or this is the first time you hear about this? Do you know what Atlas is? No? Okay. So Atlas is the portal, Western's portal for all international activities, including exchange, study abroad, faculty-led programs, research, internship, even conferences, you name it. So all Western students who are participating in university-sanctioned international activities needs to register their travel in Atlas. So, and there are 2 steps that you need to complete in Atlas. The first step is an application. So you'll be asked some simple questions about your program details and what's your goals and what's your previous travel experience. And it will take about 5 to 10 minutes for you to complete the initial application. And after that, you need to submit your application, and I will have a chance to review your application and approve your application. This time takes about 1 or 2 business days. Okay, most of the time it takes just 1 business day for me to approve it, and I will send you an email to your UWO email account with instructions on how to proceed to the next step, which is the travel registry. So for the travel registry, we are collecting information about your emergency contact, insurance information, and you will need to upload your certificate of completion of the pre-departure training to one of the steps in travel registry.
I'm sorry, I had a question. Apologies.
Sure.
My question was, so I did submit my certificates to the TAs, and I've given my insurance coverage to the TAs.
Yes.
Does this still have to be done? Like, I thought like the
Yes.
TAs had information already.
That's right. That's right. You will still need to submit the insurance information and the certificate of the completion of the pre-departure training modules to the system, so that we have access to this information as well. So actually, this is my next question to you. Why do you think that we are collecting this information from all Western students participating in university-sanctioned international travel? Why are we collecting emergency information, insurance information from you? Do I just want to like give a random call to your mom when I'm bored? No, we're collecting this information so that we, Western International, can support you in case of an emergency. Let me give you an example. I'm not sure if you've heard about that tragic event, a tragic accident that happened in South Korea. Just read the news. Okay, so it's during Halloween and in South Korea, and there's a tragic event that happened. Right after that, we search our system, we search Atlas to see who were in South Korea at that time, and then we reach out to those students immediately to check in with them and offer resources. And you know what? It happened that one of our students was at that event, and the student needed support from us. So without the information in travel registry, we had no idea that the students is there, that we could not support the students properly. So that's why we need this information. So we need this information so that we can support you. We can work with the departments of languages and cultures together to support you. And we can even work with your emergency contact with your approval. And we can work with your insurance company to facilitate this whole process. So this is why we are collecting this information. Okay, so this is what it looks like. This is the Atlas homepage. If you are starting a brand new application, you need to click on this button. It says search program, and that will take you to the search page. If you enter the word like keyword Cuba in the searching box and click on apply search, and you will have some results here. And the top 2 results actually are your program page. And you just click on your program and then it will take you to your program page. If you scroll down your program page, at the very end, after we open up the application for you, so currently we're still working on to update this program and to open this up to you. Hopefully we can open this portal for you to start applying this week. But right now you cannot see this button. But once we open it up, of course, we'll let you know. And you will see this button that says login to apply. Click on this button and use your Western credentials to start your application. And I've also attached the links directly to the program page so that you don't have to search for it in Atlas. You don't have to finish your application in one sitting, although it only takes about 5 minutes to finish. But if you stop and then log out of Atlas, it's okay. And you can log back into Atlas to resume your application. But this time you do not use the search program button. Instead, you need to click on this blue click here button to log in, and then you will see your previous application there. After you log into Atlas, please note that you only click on this button, login to apply button once to start your application. Because every time you click on this button, you start a new application, and you only have 3 times, 3 applications in Atlas. So if you already have an application, use this button to access your application, and you will see your application steps after you log into Atlas. Click on fill out step 2, fill out application to continue with your application. And you can see that after you complete all the steps, your application and travel registry should look like this. So this is the steps for application, and these are the steps for travel registry. So in between, you need to submit your application, and I will approve your application and send you an email. And after you receive your email, you log back into Atlas, click on fill out travel registry to continue with your travel registry completion. So you can see that we are collecting travel details, emergency contact, insurance, and you need to upload your certificate here. Additional documents. You will see the prompts there in the steps. So
I also have a question. Sorry. So
yes.
you finished the application, and then afterwards, how do you then fill out the travel registry? You said that you would email us.
Exactly. That's a good question. And this is the most confusing part, actually. So after you fill out the application, you submit your application. Okay. At that point, you wouldn't be able to see these steps because it's not open up for you yet. And after you submit your application, I will be able to see it on my end, and I will review the information and approve it and send you an email. So after you receive the email, you know that you can proceed to travel registry. And in the email, you will see instructions on how to proceed to travel registry. Basically, you will need to, log into Atlas and then find your existing application. I would click on complete acceptance information. So you need to accept the offer, and then you will be able to fill out the travel registry, the steps. And after you complete that step, you are done. You're good to go. Okay. And we will be sending out reminders as well if we notice that, certain steps are not complete. So you don't have to worry too much about that. Okay, so that's about travel registry, and that's a mandatory step. And we are asking all Western students to submit the travel registry at least 3 weeks before their travel date. Step 4, travel and health insurance coverage. All Western travelers are required to possess out-of-country medical insurance. And here's a true story with a fake name that is posted on the Government of Canada website. Lisa had insurance that lapsed 3 weeks before she was involved in an accident. Her Canadian family had to raise $300,000 over a 3-day period to cover the cost of medical treatment and evacuation. Fortunately, she survived, but her family is left with hefty debt to repay. So this is a tragic story. So please ensure that you have sufficient medical coverage for your trip abroad. And it is your responsibility to make sure that you have sufficient coverage. It is also highly recommended that you arrange for travel in addition to medical insurance to cover your time abroad, which may cover expenses incurred due to lost baggage, flight cancellations, missed flights, or other unexpected scenarios, which happens a lot during these days. And regardless of your insurance plan, it is important to review and become familiar with exactly what your plan covers, how long it lasts, and where and how it works. Be sure to ask whether the plan covers pre-existing medical conditions and COVID-related costs. So we are asking you to reach out to your insurance provider and confirm the details of your coverage. Where can you get insurance? You can get insurance. Most students actually can get insurance through Western, or you can get through your parents' insurance as a dependent. Or you can purchase this from a travel agent, insurance broker, or your credit card company. All full-time undergrad Western students are automatically enrolled in the USC insurance unless you have opted out. You can go to their website, click on travel insurance, and read the benefits booklet to see the details of the coverage. If you have any specific questions, reach out to USC. Here's the contact information, and you can also find the contact information on their website to ask your questions directly. Okay. Step 5, register with Canadians abroad. If you are a Canadian, I suggest that you register through this website, because registration enables the government of Canada to contact and assist you in case of an emergency abroad or personal emergency at home. And this service is free, so why not? It's just another layer of protection for you. Step 6, I recommend that you consult either your family doctor or a travel clinic to make sure that your immunization history is up to date, and also to check if there's any additional vaccinations that you need to get before your trip. And you need to do that at least 6 weeks before your travel. If you don't know what vaccinations you will need for your destination country, again, go to the Government of Canada website. Here's the link, and you can, search for your country. You can just enter Cuba here, and it will give you a list of recommended vaccinations. It's under your discretion to decide whether or not you're going to get vaccinations. So it's the decision is up to you, okay? But you can find the recommendations on the Government of Canada website. Sorry, was there a question?
Yes, I have a question about vaccination. So do we have to upload a vaccination sheet on the form or anything? Like we have to submit like the application atlas?
Sorry, did you ask, do you need to submit the vaccinations?
Yeah, like how do we submit it? Do we
No, you don't have to submit your vaccination proof or immunization history to Atlas, because it's like I said, it's your decision. It's up to you. It's just recommendations from Government of Canada and from us. To ensure your own safety, but the decision is yours. We are not mandating these steps. So the 7 steps, some are mandatory and some are not. The mandatory steps are step 2 to complete pre-departure training modules and step 3 to complete travel registry in Atlas. Okay, and also the medical insurance is mandatory. You need to make sure that you have sufficient coverage of medical insurance. Okay, last step, last but not least, learn how to stay safe abroad by using the International SOS service. Again, have you heard of this service at all? International SOS? Use it before? No? Okay, so it's an excellent service. that Western has invested in. So Western has invested in the global security, medical, and safety assistance through international SOS. You can see that here's the Western's membership number. This program, International SOS, is designed to keep Western students safe and secure while they're traveling abroad. And all Western students, staff, and faculty are covered under this plan. You can reach out to them 24/7, anytime, for anything, emergency and non-emergency. So if you are just asking for information, give them a call. It's okay, and it's free to get the advice, to get the information. And they offer first language support. So you can use your native language that you are comfortable with. So, and they will find an interpreter for you. You can also sign up for their immediate security alerts. So if anything were to happen, you will receive immediate alert on your phone relevant to your locations. You can seek advice and feedback from them regarding your destination country. If you have any personal concerns, give them a call and they are able to give you advice because they are expert local. They have the local knowledge. They have professionals and experts locally around the world. So that's why they are able to provide you with advice. You also have access to their comprehensive database that provides you with a wealth of information on your destination countries. When you should use the International SOS, you can use the International SOS to prepare for your travel. If you want to know more about your destination country, you can give them a call or you email them. They can even give you a country briefing on the security, safety, and like if you have questions about COVID, if you are concerned, and they can give you a briefing about that. While you are abroad, if you don't feel well and you don't know what to do, you don't know if you need to go to a clinic or go to a hospital or emergency, give them a call and they can connect you with an online nurse or doctor who can assess your situation and refer you to the local resources if necessary. Like say, if you lose your passport, unfortunately, and don't know what to do, give them a call and they can direct you to the local services. Most importantly, they can support you in an emergency. They can arrange medical transportation and care, and they can even help with evacuation if needed. If there's an emergency, they will let us know immediately. And so Western International can work with you and work with your emergency contacts with your approval to support you. You can find more information here on their website. Now I have a question for you. Is International SOS insurance? You can type your answer in the chat box. Is International SOS insurance? That covers the cost, like covers the hospital bills or the transportation cost? No, that's good. That's the correct answer. International SOS is not insurance. They provide security and medical assistance to you, but any cost incurred during this process is on you. So how do you pay that? You need to make sure that you have sufficient insurance coverage to pay the hospital bills and, and all the costs incurred in this process. And on top of all these services that International SOS is providing to us, they also provide emotional support. If you are having like a mental crisis and breakdown, and you can give them a call and they can connect you immediately with a professional. And please note that they can also offer you 5 free counseling sessions. For these 5 free sessions, it's free for you. It's because Western has paid for it. So you don't have to go through insurance to cover this. So it's free because Western has paid for that. 5 free counseling sessions per trip, per year, per incident. Okay, and you can only be eligible for this service when you are abroad on a university sanctioned international activity. If you are here in campus, please reach out to the local, mental health support like Western services. Okay. So this is where you can start with, download their app so that you can access all the information on your phone. And you can also reach out to them through your phone. Again, you don't have to download it now. I will send all the slides to you afterwards so that just to make sure that you have their app before your travel. Okay, I know this information might sound a bit overwhelming to you, but you can find all these information on our website here, Safety Bra page and steps for students. See, you can see all 7 steps here, and you can click on each step and to explore the information in the drop down. Where should you start? You should start with step 2, which I believe most of you have already started and completed. Complete pre-departure training, and after you complete pre-departure training and get the certificate, you can proceed to step 3. Enter information in Western's travel registry. At the same time, review your insurance coverage and then check out the required vaccinations. Before your trip, register with Canadians Abroad and download the app for international SOS. During this whole time, monitor the travel advisories closely. Okay, other safety bra tips: make electronic copies of your documents, just in case you lose the original ones. Keep a low profile and leave the bling at home. Keep items to your front, but look back when leaving, and never put anything in your back pocket if you don't want to lose it. Keep in contact and stay in group. Stay alert and don't trust strangers with your life story, personal information, or money. Never fall asleep on public transport when traveling alone. Always remain alert when crossing the street as a pedestrian. So I want to draw your attention to this tip. Always remain alert when crossing the street as a pedestrian, because we've had serious car accident in Cuba to one of our students a few years ago. And so please be extremely careful when you are walking on the street, because not all drivers will stop for you. Wash your hands frequently and carry antibacterial sanitizer or wipes. Trust your instincts. That's the last tip. Here's my contact information. If you have any further questions, you can email me at travelregistry@uw.ca, or during the process, like the application and travel registry process in Atlas. If you have any questions, you can just email me. Here's my number, and my office is at Western International. It's in the IGAP building, level 2. So feel free to drop by, and I'm happy to answer any of your questions. Any questions? You can just ask, or you can type your questions in chat box.
Yeah, I have a question.
Yep.
So since we were told to like upload some files already, I just kind of went ahead and just tried my best with it. And I put something in like, it was like my documents, and I literally just uploaded one of the certificates. Is that like incorrect? Like, I know we're supposed to do it through like the application thing, but like, should I just like delete that one that I put, or I don't know.
Where did you upload that document?
Like on Atlas, like
Yeah.
there's like on the top, there's a bunch of options of like, what does it say? I have it open here. It says like home, search programs, my application, and then there's like document library.
Uh-huh.
And then I clicked my documents, and then I just uploaded a PDF of
Oh, you uploaded there.
certificate.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was wondering if that's like, if that's where it's gonna end up anyways, and that was like, okay, or if I have to do it some other way. Like, what is that section?
Well, I assume that it's okay, but when you at the step, it says additional documents of the travel registry. I don't think you have started travel registry yet because our application hasn't opened it. So you probably submitted your application, your documents to another program in Atlas. Because
Okay.
this program, the program page for this program has not opened up
Yeah.
yet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. It's
Yeah, I
okay.
just
Yeah.
wasn't-
Yeah. You don't have to worry about that. But when the application portal is open, we will let you know and we can send you a link so that you
Okay.
can start over. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
No worries. Any other questions? Okay, so I'm going to
I have a
start.
question.
Yeah, sure.
Sorry. My question is, so I went to the Atlas page just now, just put the keywords Cuba, and I
Yeah.
saw next to the Cuba Spanish trip 1030, the term says winter 2024, but aren't we going 2023? So
Yes, that's right.
so why
you-
does it say
so you
winter
see-
2024?
Oh, it says winter 2024.
Yeah, the term is winter 2024, Cuba
Mm-hmm.
Spanish 1030, University of Holguin.
Let
On
me
it.
see. Yeah. Okay. I think I have the screenshots here. Let me double check. Oh, you mean the term here?
The term, yeah, the term
Oh,
says.
yeah. Yeah, it hasn't been updated yet.
Okay,
So we'll update the term and then we'll activate this portal and we'll send you the link.
and we'll get like an email on our Western email about the link being activated, right?
Yes, that's right.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, we communicate with you through your Western email. So please do check your Western emails and check the junk box because sometimes, emails from Atlas goes to junk box.
Sure, thank you.
Yeah, thanks for noticing that. So anything else? If not, then have a safe and wonderful experience. I'm here, so yeah, any questions, feel free to reach out to me because I'm here to help you. Now, let me stop the recording. And I think we can send the slides and